Hello from Zone 3 and another in this series that is Only Unconnect, that is visiting stations on the tube map which don't ever connect to blob, they don't connect to anything, just a little tick mark. And we're here in North London on the Northern Line to do one of my favourites, it's Highgate.
Actually, before I even got to Highgate today, I enjoyed the fact that at Camden Town, even though it's officially the High Barnet branch, old signage here says to Highgate to indicate which branch you're on. Then there's the fact that the onboard announcer on the Northern Line stock trains pronounce it more like Highgate rather than Highgate.
The next station is Highgate.
Highgate Station actually has a brilliant history, and that there is an abandoned station here. An old steam railway dating back to 1867 ran through here, and the Northern Heights plan in 1935 was going to amalgamate these old steam train lines with the new electric tube trains, with the tube platforms that are still in use today down below, and the mainline tracks and platforms up above. And those are the ones that are abandoned today. I've made a whole separate video about that, which is what you've been watching now, and I also passed through Highgate briefly in a previous video series, London's Lost Railways. There are links in the description. The tube station that you know today is in a cutting, and actually isn't that close to Highgate Village. That's still a short walk or bus ride away. The entrance on the western side is the one with the car park though.
So Highgate has three entrance exits. This one here, it's in the cutting by the way, so it's low down, but this one here by the car park, there's the green fence here, which if you peek through, you can just about see the old high-level station, but there's a much better view, which we'll look at from the other side in a moment.
Down on the platforms, the way out sign has an arrow with two fletchings on it. There's been various designs by London Transport over the years, with arrows using 2, 3 and 4 fletchings. One of these days I'll go into more detail about that. You also absolutely have to admire the tiny roundels next to the station name, which I really like. But as I was just admiring those, a train pulled in showing one of the best facts about Highgate, and that's that the platforms are built to accommodate longer trains as part of that unfinished Northern Height plan. That means that trains here never fill the length of the platforms. And the other great fact about Highgate is the single escalator which takes you up out to exit number 3.
Yeah, if you ever fill up the hole, here's a secret thing, or the secret of so-and-so that you didn't know about was an overused cliche, then I often think that myself as well, but I cannot help but describe this as Highgate's secret escalator. It's one way, you can only come up, it's only an exit to exit 3, and it takes you out to a rather unusual way out of the station at the top.
At the top, there's clearly a whole bunch of signage indicating that this is an exit only, and the entrance is 50 metres down the hill. Walk back down that hill to enter the station and come out the other side this time, and this is where there's a path up the eastern side of the station, and that's where the best view of the abandoned high-level platforms is.
Yeah, and if you walk up that side path, then here is a much better view down onto the abandoned high-level platforms there. I used to give tours for Hidden London, taking people around this. I assume that Hidden London is still doing tours at Highgate Station. I'll drop a link in the description. And the North Tunnel portal is that side, and the South Tunnel portal is that side. You can clearly see the old abandoned station, which is just marvellous.
Also here, I spotted this. Some kind of chimney or vent, is it? If anyone knows what this is, I would love to know. Now in that London's Lost Railway episode, where I followed the path of the old railway, I cut across Highgate Wood. But at the time, I managed to miss where there's an old bridge still over the line on the western side of the woods. And it had been on my go back and do list for ages, so it was time to go and rectify that now.
Yeah, this is absolutely a bridge, now over nothing. That was clearly a bridge over the old railway line down there in that cutting, and I'm just glad as a completionist to have done this and ticked it off my list of places that I needed to come to.
Highgate Station is easily one of the stations that you might commute through all the time if you're a commuter on the Northern Line, but you've never bothered to get out at. If that's you, why not stop here sometime for a quick look? Or just come here anyway for a walk in the woods, which are delightful. It's also worth it for the dinosaur display that the station supervisor office has. Or this old advertising poster for the local Ham and High newspaper, which looks really old. And then I looked closely to see that the date was from 2009, and then remembered that that was still 15 years ago, and that makes me feel really old.
And that is Highgate, strangely idyllic for a Zone 3 station. Feels like it could be a Zone 5 or Zone 6 station. I've just missed this train with the doors closing, so I'll get the next one. There's a whole playlist on the channel with all the Only Unconnect episodes doing one station on every line. Alright, I better get the next train. Thanks for watching, press subscribe, bye.